I saw your face on the stars last night, shining down from a clear black sky. Colorado turned out the lights. 1,000 miles from California San, 1,000 more to the Blue Ridge Mountains, all in the cradle of your weary hands. Staring at the great divide, staring at the great divide, staring at the great divide, looking to the left, looking to the right. Cardboard city full of government tents, kids trying to sleep over subway vents, keeping watch over cold cement. No vote in North Dakota with a native ID. Churches shot, Philly, Jersey, Kansas, Tennessee. We're all waking up the same lost dream, staring at the great divide, staring at the great divide, staring at the great divide, looking to the left, looking to the right. Is there a sign on your neighbor's lawn that makes you wonder how we went so wrong? Show me a side we can all get on. Saw a man quilt an 8-foot flag with just his hands and a pile of rags. Sometimes all we need is what we have. Staring at the great divide, staring at the great divide, staring at the great divide, looking to the left, looking to the right, staring at the great divide. I only see what I can see, feeling small and not that free. Just from where I stand, this doesn't look like the promised land. Staring at the great divide, staring at the great divide, staring at the great divide. Just from where I stand, this could still be the promised land. Hello, everybody. Oh, thank you so much. It's so nice to see you guys. Hi, hi, hi. I am Rebecca Loebe from Nobody's Girl. We are a trio of singer-songwriters based in Austin, Texas. The band is myself, Grace Pettis, and Betty Sue. And we decided a couple of years ago to become a band together, a trio. And we were touring pretty heavy until Mama COVID showed up, and then touring came to a pause, but we have been doing live streams every Thursday night at 6 p.m. Hey there in Louisiana, Tom. It's good to see you. Hey there, Irma in Midland. Guys, yeah, please let me know where you're tuning in from. I'd love to hear about it. Please tell me what the weather's like, especially if it's not like the surface of the sun like it is here in Texas. All right, I'm going to tilt this a little bit this way. We are very lucky today because in just a little bit, we're going to be joined by a special guest named Shannon Stott, one of the most radiant, incredible, talented, smart, funny, beautiful people on the planet. Very excited for you guys to get to meet her. But first, I wanted to say hi to you myself and make sure you all know that this is a weekly check-in. We do a little Q&A. So if you have any questions for me or just general questions for the world, the universe, throw them out there and I will do my best to answer. And I will try and be honest. I will try and be funny, at least one of the two. All right. I'm going to start by just amusing myself by removing this little logo. We don't need it. Oh, it's built in. Okay, never mind. All right. Well, that was fun. Only in the 80s in Louisiana. Well, that's not bad. I decided today, because I want to play all Nobody's Girl songs in honor of my bandmates. I'm going to play a Nobody's Girl song that I don't normally play. And it's another new one from our brand new record. I guess that's worth mentioning. Hi, Kathy. It's so nice to see you. I'm so glad you're here. And Jim, thank you for the birthday wishes. I really appreciate it. I'm a little child. I'm an overgrown 6-year-old. I like to celebrate my birthday all month long, so I have been celebrating all August. But for those of you who missed my internet spasms, I turned 37 on Monday. You know what they say, you only turned 37 once. Anyhow, the birthday festivities continue, and I am here representing Nobody's Girl, and I'm going to play you guys one of my personal favorites from our new record. If you're thinking you'd like to hear the new record, then I want you to go onto our website, wearenobodiesgirl.com/store, and you can pre-order a copy of the record on CD or vinyl. It'll be out in just a few short months. In the meantime, the only place you can hear this song is right here and on Spotify and in a grocery store. Yes, that's right. We've been added to a really cool playlist that plays music in stores all over the country. Okay, here we go. I'll stop stalling. Alarm clock's ringing and it's off to the races. Gotta make a decent breakfast, gotta find a parking space. And now the boss is in here early, gotta look him in the eye. Make it all look easy, never let him see me try. For once in my life, wanna have too much to drink. For once in my life, I wanna tell him what I think. Tongue between my teeth, taste of iron in my mouth. Iron in my mouth, can't let it out. I've got a tiger by the toe. Even if he hollers, won't let go. Won't let go. Even if he I've got a tiger by the toe. Even if he hollers, won't let go. Won't let go. Even if he hollers. Never met my neighbors and I've been here 7 years. If I died tonight, would anybody care? Wonder if my ex would answer, I don't wanna be alone. I could blow my life up just by picking up the phone. For once in my life, I wanna cut and run. For once in my life, I wanna have a little fun. If nobody can see me, no one's gonna know. No one's gonna know. No one's gonna know. I've got a tiger by the toe. Even if he hollers, won't let go. Won't let go. Even if he I've got a tiger by the toe. Even if he hollers, won't let go. Won't let go. Even if he hollers, go on, go on. Reason away. I've got a tiger by the toe. Even if he hollers, won't let go. Won't let go. Even if he I've got a tiger by the toe. Even if he hollers, won't let go. Won't let go. Even if he I've got a tiger by the toe. Even if he hollers, won't let go. Won't let go. Even if he I've got a tiger by the I've got a tiger by the toe. Even if he hollers, won't let go. Even if he I've got a tiger by the toe. Even if he hollers, won't let go. Won't let go. Even if he hollers. Woo! All right. These Nobody's Girl songs we've written are fun because they've got all of these overlapping, interlooping parts that that are a lot easier to sing when you have two other people to share the singing with. But it is a calisthenic challenge in the lung region to pull them off solo. So it's fun. Okay, guys, this is a Q&A. So if you've got any questions for me about music, life, being in a band, when we're going to get song lyrics up on our website, go. Oh, look, we already have a question about that. Peter, I'm glad you asked. Lyrics for the Nobody's Girl songs would be a very good thing to add to the website. And we'll get on doing that hopefully soon for the EP. And we'll make sure to have songs for the full-length record up by the time it comes out. All right, Tom, I am so glad you enjoyed the Bands in Town stream I did yesterday. I had a really good time with that. That was very fun. Trina, I'm so happy you're here. Thank you so much for tuning in. And Sabra, it's always a joy to see you. Don't worry about missing the party concert yesterday. You know, we do these live streams so that they're available if it makes sense in your schedule and you can make it, but never any need to feel bad for not being able to make it. I can't speak for all musicians, but I can say for myself, there will generally always be another one. Next week, actually, now that we're talking about next concerts, next Thursday, we are going to have all three members of Nobody's Girl performing an In the Round concert with our special guest, Miss Lex Land, who's got, I will say, one of the probably three best singing voices on planet Earth. There, I said it. She's just a spectacular talent. So I totally recommend that you swing back next Thursday at 6. There's always somebody here on the Nobody's Girl stream on Thursdays at 6 o'clock. So let's see. Do we have any questions to answer? Rich in Boston listening on his tablet. Ooh, Trina wants to know, do we have a favorite song from the new album? It is a lot like trying to pick a favorite child, and it's almost impossible for me. I really like the production of How Tiger turned out, the song that I just played. It is very different from most songs we've done. And that would definitely make it one of my favorites. I also really like the content of the song Promised Land, which is the song I opened with. It's the kind of song that I've always wanted to write. It's something that addresses sort of political issues and strife, but also focuses on the potential of the country and how much better things could be if we all came together. And I think that it's hard to write songs like that. So having a team to help get that message across really made it work in a way that I feel great about. So I would say those are two favorites. Maybe that's why those are the two that I've played so far. Jim, I'm so glad you're doing well outside of Washington, D.C. That part of Maryland is beautiful. That's actually, I grew up outside of D.C. In Arlington, Virginia, believe it or not. Well, you guys, this has been really fun so far, and I think it's only going to get better because in just a few moments, mere seconds, we are going to be joined by one of the most effervescent beings on planet Earth. Are you ready for this? Probably not. Oh, yeah, I really like Lark too, Trina. Let's get Miss Shannon Stott on the stream, shall we?
Hi.
Shannon. How you doing?
I'm so great. It's always fun to hear yourself described like right before you get on stage as effervescent. She's the most effervescent, and then you immediately want to just appear like, hey.
No pressure.
No pressure whatsoever. Hi, Becca. Hi.
Look at that smile, guys.
Oh,
it's so good to see your face. How are you?
I'm very well, actually. Lots of things going on. It's always lovely to hear your voice and to catch up with you. And so it's a treat for me just to be like, yes, I'm in the green room. I get a front row seat to this concert.
Well, for those of you who are just joining us, I am joined tonight by an Austin area improv artiste, shall we say, improv artist and teacher named Shannon Stott. Everyone, let's welcome Shannon Stott. Hooray!
Hooray! Hello. Hi, everyone. Hi.
Shannon
Yes.
and I met on the road 15 years ago, back when neither of us lived in Austin. Funny enough, I think I was still based in Boston, and Shannon was living in Richmond,
Virginia.
And we met at a music and entertainment booking conference. We were both trying to get booked at colleges across in the Southeast United States. It was called NACA, the National Association of Campus Activities. And we were in
Nice.
booths right next to each other, shilling our wares. My wares being the music of my soul, and her wares being a comedy troupe that she was in, an improv. What would you call that business? An improv.
It was comedy sports. It was an improv theater, and so yeah, it was it. Even to this moment, right? You shilling, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Shilling your wares? Well done. Well done. Yes, you shilling your wares with a guitar, right? It's very easy for people to see. And then me shilling my wares with just my effervescentness is a little harder to sell when you're selling comedy, but I did it. I think I did well.
I think you did great. Well, let's talk about your wares. Let's talk
Yeah.
about what you do. So
Yes.
please describe for us what do you do, Shannon?
I am a professional improviser. I own a business teaching improv to theaters, students, and companies, corporations. Yeah, improv comedy. The quickest way usually to talk about improv comedy is to bring up Whose Line Is It Anyway? With, Colin Firth. Ooh, sorry guys. But Drew Carey runs, hosts Whose Line Is It Anyway? And that's the quickest. People usually are like, oh, right, I know what Whose Line is.
I know that show. Okay,
right.
Cool.
And so, but I teach improv because I love the things that improv can teach us, right? It teaches us communication. It teaches us how to be better people. It teaches us how to take risks, how to stand up for ourselves. And yes, I love teaching improv for theaters, but I really, really enjoy teaching improv to people who say the words, "Oh, I could never do that. You're so quick on your feet. I could never." But it's the best because yes, you can.
Okay, so for those of you guys who are in the audience chatting on Facebook and Twitch and YouTube, please, now would be a great time if you've ever had a question about improv comedy or wanted to ask an improviser, you've got one right here in front of you. So if you have any questions about improv, please, now is your time. In the meantime, I want to ask Shannon a question. What is the improv scene like in Austin, Texas?
Oh, the improv scene is big here in Austin, Texas. It's big. So we are starting to tout ourselves as the next New York, the next Chicago, as far the next. Yeah, thank you. All of that. So there's a lot going on here. Now, that being said, you know, everybody, your listeners know, the viewers know, everything is moved online. And so that's a big deal, Becca. It's such a big deal because people are really trying to figure out how to use Zoom, how to use online platforms to get comedy across. And how do you do it, right? How do you make something up on the spot that doesn't have the immediate audience participation, right? And I mean, you know this, what it's like to be in front of an audience, to have their direct feedback, right? People are either laughing or they're clapping. And here it's a completely different thing. But yeah, the scene is big. But now, right, as far as what we do in Austin is so global, because like this week, I have performed and or taught in Austin, Boston, and London.
Wow.
Yeah. And so like we're figuring out how to make it super international. It's a lot of fun.
I love that. Well, so what's your life looking like during the pandemic? Like how have things shifted for you?
So that's nice. Yes. How have things shifted for me? So as far as travel, right? I don't get to travel anymore. So when I am traveling, and like this, we live very like parallel sort of lives, right? So how do you do a show but not travel? So I'm not traveling when I'm home right now. I'm working on this business, which consists of taping and filming YouTube videos, taping and filming things for Instagram, taping, filming, editing, all sorts of things for a virtual platform, so that I can still put out content, make people laugh, engage people in what improv is, and then turn that around and teach workshops. So online, it's all online. So it looks, if you need a visual, it looks a lot like this.
I've been really marveling recently at how busy I am, since I don't have to go anywhere. And how can I be this busy? And I feel like rather than running around and doing things in 1,000 places, I'm just doing 1,000 things in one place.
Right.
How I feel about it.
It's so true. And the other part about that is you need a break. It's very easy to it's very easy to like not give yourself a break, because your body and brain think that you're at home, right?
Right.
I'm at home, like that's it. I don't need a break. I am on break. I'm at home. Whereas before the work looked very different. I'm working. That means I'm out. That means I'm on stage. That means I'm in a green room. It means that I'm booking flights. It means whatever it means. But here, you really have to take extra precaution to take care of yourself and sort of like make sure you're getting a break, and to give yourself the break. And then to like give yourself the break and give yourself the, okay, and now we're off of break, like an actual start of break and a stop of break.
I hear that. Early in the shutdown, I took a break because I was so burnt out from traveling so much. And I took 3 weeks where I didn't do social media. I didn't respond to email. I didn't read email. I didn't participate in any work-related texts. And that wasn't in response to working from home. That was in response to 12 years of touring nonstop. And I am planning another little mini 5-day break at the beginning of September, just because I found myself, my days getting longer. My to-do list is growing in the wrong direction. And I am, working, back in the loop of working from the minute I wake up to the minute I fall asleep. And that's not good. No, Becca, don't do that.
No, don't do that.
Well, we've got a few questions.
Yeah.
Trina wants to know, how does improv compare to stand-up comedy? Do they tap into different skills, or if you're funny, can you do both?
Interesting. If you're funny, can you do both? So stand-up, I respect stand-up so much. Stand-up really is a solo career, right? So the idea of figuring out, being very in tune to what you see around you and what's going on in the world, and then focusing or reflecting it back on yourself, and then taking yourself and focusing yourself back on an audience, right? So you're doing and you get to write all your material, right? So you essentially are script writing. Basically, you're writing your script, you're getting up on stage, and then you're performing that thing. So the opposite of that, or as far as improv is concerned, you don't get any of that, right? So people are always asking me, well, how do you rehearse? Why are you going to rehearsals if you're just making it up on the spot? But though we don't get to write a script and come on stage with this script memorized, we do have to rehearse what it feels like to talk to people, to communicate. What is it like if I'm on stage with Becca and we're going to make up a story right here? How well do I know Becca? Do I know her well enough to put this pop culture reference up and have her be able to play with that? Or maybe it's not that pop culture reference isn't going to be for Becca, right? So I have to know my partners. I have to figure out how we work as a team. You said, do they tap into different skills, right? And if you're funny in one, can you do both? I don't think so. Being funny, like having an innate sense of timing and humor and all of that is great for both. But yes, they do tap into different skills. I like I said, I started saying that I really have an admiration for stand-up comedians, because they have to be able to write a joke, and it has to be funny in their minds, and they have to think about, okay, how does this joke land? Once I say, what's brown and sticky? A stick. Great. Now, like I have to give pause for the audience. I have to give pause for myself. I have to nail it every time so it's apropos to what I'm talking about. And so it looks like I just came up with that right now. And then in improv, I don't have to do that, but it is a different set of skills. So
I have also wondered about that from time to time, and I think that early on I would kind of mix up the two. But now that I've been friends with you for so long and I've gone to improv events, I've seen the difference more. Now, I was thinking we do have some more questions, but perhaps before we answer those, would you be willing, since you're here and everything, to give us a little improv demo? Would you be willing to do some improv with us?
Yes, I would definitely be willing to do some improv with you. This is what I think we start with. I'm sitting on a stool, but I like to improvise standing up. I suggest that I'll do a solo demonstration or a solo game. Okay. And in the chat, what I need is like a profession that where a boss might talk to, or a person might talk to a lot of people. So like the president might talk to a lot of people, or a football coach might talk to a lot of people, or a what might talk to a lot of people. Let's see if we can get that, if we can get the chat stirred up with those types of suggestions. Anybody? Okay. Professions?
Now, should I leave you solo on the screen, or do you want me to stick around?
Well, no, for this particular game, no, I think I'm all right. I can stay here.
I'll be nearby as soon as you need me.
Okay.
All right, but I will go join you in the chat.
All right. If you need to populate it up. So I need a couple of professions. Any response to no, thank you. I don't want to talk to Trump at all. Neither does anyone right now. What other some professions? Teachers or hospital administrators. Good. I love that. Cops. I love that. What else? Anything else that you can think of? Professions where people talk to a lot of people. Professors. Oh, a professor of what, Jeff? A professor of what? Let's see. Oh, actors. That's right. That's right. I see. I like professor. I wonder a professor of what? What profession? What could we be a professor of? Well, let's see. I don't know. Anything. I wonder. So while I'm waiting for that, while I'm waiting for you to give me a professor of, what I'm going to do is I'm going to become this professor. I'm going to start talking to you, my students, about anything. But for this to work, I need the chat to be pretty active. And in that, what you're going to write in there are just, a professor of psychology. Good, good, good. You're going to start writing in the chat things like any phrases that you've heard, things like phrases that you've heard from movies or words that you want me to say. And I'm going to try very hard to give this speech, but use the words that you say in my speech that I'm giving. So yes, I see some things coming up as far as quotes. Give me some more quotes that you got. Give me some more quotes. All right, here we go. So professor of psychology, I'm going to start talking to students about, first day of school. First day of school. Here we go. Okay, class. Now, if I have you write somehow, some way, you populated yourself right here in this little box. You thought to yourself, there's nothing to fear but fear itself. And so you pushed go. And then here's Johnny, just walking in late. Thank you, Johnny, for joining us. No, go ahead and put yourself on mute. I can still hear your cat, Johnny. So I was saying, here in this place, in this very box, we are about to embark on something that is so deep, so back in your brain that Floyd, thank you. Down here, this is our time. That's what I'm saying. Down here, it's our time. It's not Floyd, it's our time. It's Freud. It was a Freudian slip. So what I want you to remember, class, what I want you to remember is that there is something innate in you, something so powerful that your brain can expand beyond these boxes. And you've come here for one thing. You've come here for the truth, but you want the truth. You can't handle the truth. You can't handle the rare and raw spaces of your life, the darkness that we're going to have to uncover, to dig deep down inside. I know you're not here next to me. I know this. But the thing is, the thing about it is that I have a feeling that you're going to make it. You're going to make it through day 1. You're going to make it through day 2. And God bless you. It's going to be a bumpy ride, but you're going to make it through day 3. And once you've made it through those 3 days, once you've made it into Shannon Stott's psychology class and out of Shannon Stott's psychology class, you're going to walk into the world, and you're going to need to find a pencil for determining your character by examining your handwriting. Your handwriting. That's how people will judge you. That's how you will be known. Let's open our books. And that's improv, y'all. That's how that's played. Thank you so much for all of your really fun suggestions in the chat. I love it. I love that so much.
Should I come back now?
Yeah, you have to come back. I mean, I could do Nobody's Girl. I could sing songs if you want.
Would always love that.
Yes. So there's a lot there. You know how you started and you were like, Nobody's Girl has, you said Nobody's Girl has 3 people in it, right? Mm-hmm. So there are all these layers that one must create. Thank you, Trina. That one must create, but you have 3 people with you. You have 2 other people to rely on. And at that, the question was, right, the very first question we got was, is there a difference between stand-up and improv? Well, improv is best suited for a troupe. That's why it's improv. You get to rely on, just like you're talking about, there are tons of layers that you get to rely on. You get to rely on people setting up your scene for you. You get to rely on people doing characters or voices. So you're building a story, right? Just like you're building a song, but that doesn't only involve you. It relies on all of those characters and pieces to go together.
That makes a ton of sense. Somebody asked,
thanks, Tom,
earlier, do you find it harder to improvise without the feedback of a live audience for performances?
Of course. Of course, Tom. I mean, for instance, this particular thing. So I did a solo scene. That would in the biz. So that's a solo scene, right? A scene that's only for you. But there are things that I can tell, right? Even in getting into a character, when you have a live feedback from an audience, you can even tell in that moment that the character you're choosing is either landing or it's not landing, right? Or you can feel the audience like, oh, this is going to be fun, or what is she doing? You can feel that vibe. But here, I have nothing.
You sort of only have what you're bringing, like energetically, which is
yes.
so hard. Like I find that when I'm playing live on stage, I'm feeding off of the energy of the audience. Mm-hmm. And I can, like you were saying, I have a sense of whether they're enjoying it or not. But when I'm performing by myself, 1, I'm bringing all the energy, but 2, I have to bring all my own confidence. You know, I have to just generate the confidence that, like, oh yeah, they're totally digging this. This is going great.
This is going swimmingly. It's perfect.
Exactly.
Right?
Like I can't see them all smiling, but they're definitely all smiling, and that's hard, So I find that for me, what I have learned during live streams is that I can do 2 live streams back to back and have a completely different experience. And so much of it has to do with the energy that I bring into it. I did one the other day where I was like, that was one of the funnest concerts I've played in ages. What was the difference? And I was like, I had a peanut butter cup right before I went in there. And I think that the extra bit of like caffeine and joy and chocolate just put me in such a good mood that I brought this like magical peanut butter cup energy. So I'm just going to go on an all peanut butter cup and I'm just going to start crushing them up and snorting them. No, not really.
That's exactly what you should do.
That's exactly what I should do. Just start mainlining sugar-free Reese's cups. I've been making them with Lily's chocolate, dark chocolate. So good.
Oh my
All
gosh.
right, we have one more question. The first half of it is about stand-up, which I think isn't quite what we're dealing with here, but it is a interesting question. In a 15-minute stand-up routine, how many ideas or themes do you usually bring to the performance? For improv only, what tips do you have for getting past a block in your stream or patter?
Ooh, very interesting. I love that question. So in a 15-minute stand-up routine, how many ideas, themes do you usually bring to the performance? I'm going to be very honest. I am not a stand-up comedian. So that question is hard for me to address. How many ideas or themes do you usually bring to the performance? Anytime that I have seen or tried stand-up, really there's one theme, right? The idea is one. And whatever that idea is, maybe it's pain, maybe it's joy, maybe it's family, maybe it's whatever your theme is. And then how do you get enough personal things out there that come back, that swing back to that theme? That's what, when in my very, very minimal brushes with comedy or stand-up comedy, that's what's going on there. But for improv only, what tips do I have for getting past a block in your stream of patter? That is always about going inward. So a lot of things, people who take improv tend to reach outward for characters, right? So when we reach out for characters, for instance, if you decide, oh, now I'm a gremlin. I'm a gremlin. Look at me. Oh, all I want is gold, right? Right. So this is great. Can be a fun character, but it's so high energy and so far from whatever I know, right? I can't even imagine a person or thing really that I know that I can embody that is like that particular thing that I just came out, because I'm reaching out of myself. But if I can reach within myself, who do I know that's gremlin-like, that I actually know? I have a cousin who is gremlin-like. he likes to hoard things, and when he likes to hoard things, and he doesn't like to show you that he's hoarding it. And I know what that's like, and I can find in my body. Yes, I can find in my body a gremlin that comes straight out of my cousin. And because I'm acting like my cousin personified, right? It's a larger character, then I can go on forever. You can't have it. It's mine. Don't laugh at me. Don't laugh, or I'd put it in a bottle and screw it up and take your laughter and put it on my laughter show. Yes. So, and I can go on and on and on like that, just because when I'm running out, he said patter, when I'm running out, I can dip back into my cousin. Like, it's something I know. So that's my tip for that. If you reach inwards instead of outwards, you'll always do better.
That's I think in general good life advice.
That's right.
Write that down, guys. If you reach inwards instead of outwards, you'll always do better.
It's true. That's all I try.
I have this book of questions that I bought a while ago. And it's fun to have around during these Q&As, because I think that sometimes if there aren't questions, I can dip into my book of questions. So let's see. Just so you know,
there's a question down here. Do you see it?
Oh.
Tom has a question.
Tom has a question. Do you find that you have certain themes you like to improvise on, or do you prefer to just go into a performance cold and see where the moment takes you? Great question.
Do you find that you have certain themes that I like to improvise on? I'll tell you that I very, very much enjoy, you're welcome, Jeff. I very, very much enjoy real themes, like improvising, like dramatic improv. I don't get to do it often, but I enjoy having scenes with people that stem from real life, or that stem from real life, because real life is what we connect with, right? It's difficult to connect with this guy, like this cousin gremlin person. Sometimes it's fun to see, and it's definitely fun to act, but I really enjoy going into scenes or shows where my partners and I can take something from someone's life and improvise around that theme. It always connects an audience. It always makes an audience feel like, right, I know what loss feels like, or I know what like pure joy feels like. I know what that feels like. And then it feels to the audience that they are part of the story that you're creating.
That totally makes sense. Well, do you want to play an improv game with me? We had talked about it.
Yes,
I've been psyching myself up for it all day. I think I can handle it.
Don't psych yourself up too much, okay? We're gonna play a game. Let's do this. So do you have some books, Becca, that
As a matter of fact, I do. Oh, sorry, what were you gonna ask?
Wow. Do you have some books that have lots of dialogue in them? Becca?
I think I do.
All
yes.
right. Do you have more than one?
I do.
Okay. Will you pull like 3? If you have 3, pull them out, show them to the audience. I love this part. It feels like a magic trick, like you're gonna do a magic trick.
Okay.
Tell them what they are and have them pick.
I brought are the Chronicles of Narnia.
Good. It's a good book. It's a good book. Good.
I think
Good Lord.
William Shakespeare.
Oh my gosh. Good luck. All right.
Actually, this isn't the book that I meant to grab. I have Becoming by Michelle Obama.
Oh, great.
Actually, I have a novel. which is about the same size, which is called Little Fires Everywhere.
Okay, so you've got Shakespeare, Fires, and Narnia. Shakespeare, Fires, and Narnia. Let's have you all, if the chat can pick one of those books, we'll start there. And while we're getting there, we'll just pick the first one. The first pick that comes, we'll pick that one.
All right, chat, it's up to you. Little Fires Everywhere, William Shakespeare, or Narnia?
Shakespeare. So what's going to happen is I'm going to play a normal character. I get to say whatever I want, but Becca only gets to say words or dialogue out of the book that you choose. So you're just going to,
Shakespeare it is.
Yeah, good. Just
they wanted me to get my workout for the day.
It's impossible.
All right.
Hey, pro tip, Becca.
Yes.
Pro tip. Choose one play. Try not to, I mean, you do what you want, but it might be easier for you just to stay in, Merchants of Venice, Romeo and Juliet, Othello, whatever you want. All right, great.
I'm ready.
You're ready?
This is gonna be great.
We also need somewhere where we can be. We need somewhere where two friends might be able to be anywhere, like a coffee shop or I don't know, a thing.
All right,
anywhere.
chat, tell us where we are.
Yes, tell us. Let's see where we'll take the first thing that comes out. Oh, I want to know while that's going, what did you choose, Becca?
I think I'm going. Oh, well, here's Macbeth.
Oh,
tempting. I think I'm gonna go Macbeth.
Pub. Okay, you're going Macbeth. Great, just great. All right, so we're at the local pub. I get to say whatever I want. We're gonna try to make this scene make sense. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, here we go. Oh, hey, Anna. I'm so glad you were able to join us. It's okay that you're late. It's my birthday. You know this, but we're about to start karaoke. You ready?
But who did bid thee join with us?
Oh my gosh, Anna, my boyfriend came and my cousins came and Jack, over here. And Jack, Jack, I'm trying to set you guys up.
But let the frame of things disjoint, both the worlds suffer.
Listen, no, I am not letting anything disjoint here, okay? You and Jack were meant to be together forever. This is going to be a wonderful union. I mean, don't you trust me?
Be bright and jovial among your guests tonight.
Well, thank you. I'm trying. You don't think I'm bright enough? I used a brightener in my face cream. You don't think so? You think I'm dull?
Must lave our honors in these flattering streams, disguising what they are.
Oh, I see. So you're saying that I should use more makeup. Is that what you're saying? That I did
treachery.
Yes, it is treacherous. that our friendship is hanging by a whim. A whim. It's hanging by a thread. Okay? This is my birthday. Support me.
That are within the note of our expectation.
You're right. I am acting acting like that. You expect me to just blow up at my birthday party, and you and I talked about this. You and I talked about it. I'm calming down.
Do not muse at me, my most worthy friend. I have a strange infirmity, which is nothing to those who know me. Come, love and health to all. Then I'll sit down. Give me some wine. Fill.
Oh my gosh. Jack, get her some wine. Go to the bar and get her some wine. I'll tell Jack to do it. He wants to please you so hard. And you said you're infirmous? Are you sick? Are you okay?
Good night and better health.
No. Don't leave. Dude, come back. I'm sorry. Our friendship is not hanging by a thread anymore. We can patch this up. Anna.
Days and nights has 31 swelted venom sleeping got. Boil thou first in the charmed pot.
I said I was sorry. I don't deserve curses. Not a year of curses, Anna. Come on. Please. I'll call you if it's really that bad, I'll call you an Uber.
What's your gracious pleasure?
Oh, me, I actually prefer just hailing taxis. I like the New York style of hailing taxis, but that's not what we're about. We're about calling you an Uber.
I'll fight till my bones, my flesh be hacked. Give me my armor.
Oh, you want to fight me now? Okay, fine. Let's go. You know what? It's my birthday. I've got the birthday magic. We can go right now if that's what you're looking for.
Pluck from the memory a rooted sorrow, raise out the written troubles of the brain, and with some sweet, oblivious antidote, cleanse the stuffed bosom of that perilous stuff.
You're right.
Which weighs upon the heart.
You're right. I try. I do. I go in waves, and I was escalated, and I am. I'm going to just reach back into my mind and bring my heart rate down. Down.
Discomfort swells.
You're right. I've made this uncomfortable for both of us. And if you want, you can take a ride home with Jack. Jack, forget the wine. Forget it. She wants to go home. Just take her home. Becca, I think that was our scene. As they say in the business, and scene. Well done. You did it. You did
Yay!
Improv. You did improv.
That was crazy. All right, guys. Our buddy Shakespeare never thought he'd be doing improv with us on a Thursday night in the year 2020.
No idea. He had no idea. You did great. How was that for you?
Thank you, darling. That was fun. It was challenging to sort of be trying to read ahead and pick phrases based on where I thought you were going to go.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'd pick a phrase I thought was cool, but then it would go somewhere different. So then I'd be trying to skip ahead. And I think that's actually a lot like just what doing improv is like, period. Because you're trying to think, except for instead of reading words that are already written, you're trying to form things.
Right. So we are building a world in an expectation, right? The expectation is we're friends in this pub. And this idea that you have to listen to me as you're rolling through, right? What do friends say to each other? How does it fit in the pub? And where do I know Shannon well enough, right? Mm-hmm, this is that listening and being supportive of each other. Do I know Shannon well enough to sort of gauge in the direction of where she's going? And then, there's the monkey wrench. Nope, I didn't know her well enough. What other phrases can I find?
Well, and I thought you did such a good job of recalling, especially since neither of us have been to a pub in a while, recalling so much of the ambiance of being at a pub, of what's around, what physical objects are around, what behaviors. I just thought that was super cool to watch.
Oh, good. Thank you. Yay, we did
I've thought about taking improv classes to help with my stage performance, just not to necessarily incorporate improv into my live shows as a singer-songwriter, but just to sort of get better at thinking on my feet and reacting to my environment. Do you think those skills are sharpened by improv classes?
Absolutely. You get first off, being in this position, my position of the person who doesn't get to read, right? One, we're doing Shakespeare. Thanks for that, chat. Thank you. One, we're doing Shakespeare. Two, which means that you were great at reading, right? But I need to be able to hear, listen, and tune into what it is that Shakespeare or you are saying. And then I have to be trusting in myself enough just to say words. Like, I have to just trust that this is going to work out. Becca's not going to let me down. She's not going to just shut the book and say, forget it, I don't want to do this. So that's one, we're training trust in our partners. We're training trust in ourselves. And we're also training ourselves to take mini risks, right? There's a lot of risks that we take every day. I had talked to my students a lot about not giving up at the last moment, not giving up the risk, right? So we take the risk. We think, I'm going to take an improv class. For you, it might be something like, I'm going to submit to this festival. Sure, right? I'm going to submit to this festival. That's a risk. Oh, I got in. Great. I'm going to go to the festival. That's a risk, right? Oh, I got here. Great. Now I'm going to actually get on stage and sing and perform at this festival. Also a risk. What can happen is at the very end, some people black out. Like they take all those risks and then suddenly they have stage fright or they can't perform. And learning improv tools and tips and all of that helps you in that moment of like, okay, I've taken all of these risks. I understand the risks that I've taken. And now all I need to do, or how do I continue to keep taking mini risks in order to make this story, in order to perform a song, in order to speak to large groups of people, in order to just continue, because your brain will shut down. There's so many things that improv teaches us, but I love that one because it is universal, right? You get to a point like, oh, I'm taking all of these steps, I'm doing all of these things to accomplish this goal. And when the goal is in your hand, sometimes we let go and we beat ourselves up because we went ahead and took all those steps, right?
Totally. So, yeah. That really resonates with me. All right, that's it. Take an improv. Who's with me?
I am. I know Jeff is, Tom is, Trina's coming. I know.
Trina's definitely coming.
Let's
Trina's
go.
Down. Well, I think we've got time if you're game for one more improv game.
Are you kidding? Oh, if we have time for one more, we're gonna do this thing. Are you up for singing?
Yes.
Okay. Do you happen to have your guitar near you?
I do. I have my guitar right here.
Oh, so convenient. Okay. So this is what's going to happen. So in the chat, what I want is problems that you might have or go to a bar for. If you type in the chat, things like raising my kids, how do I raise my kids? Or I'm having problems getting a job, or just random. It doesn't have to be a real life problem, but a real life problem that someone may have. So go ahead and type those in the chat. And as you're typing, this is what's going to happen, Becca, okay? I'm going to choose 3 of these things. I'm going to choose 3 characters to be, okay? And I'm going to come into the bar. I'm going to address you. You're the bartender. We're going to call this Becca's Bar. How about that? We're going to call it Becca's Bar. I'm going to come to you and I'm going to say, hey, Becca, these are my woes. These are the woes I have. Can you help me with this particular woe? You're going to sing me like a little tune. Doesn't have to be long because you need to sing 3. You have to sing 3.
I need to sing 3 tunes. Oh my goodness. You didn't tell me. You said I might have to do 1.
No.
Psyching myself up all day to maybe do 1. But no,
they have to be really short. They're just going to be, it's going to be like, I don't sing. Don't put your socks on before your shoes, or put your socks on before your shoes, because that's how you get the blues. Easy. And it doesn't have to rhyme. All right.
Okay.
Oh, I've got my cat ran away. Yes, I love that. We're going to use that. And then we'll use some other things. But that's going to start us off. Make sure to type in the chat some more issues that you might have, and we'll use them. Becca, are you ready to open this bar?
Ooh, all right. Let's go to the bar. I have a feeling I'm going to need a drink after this.
You're going to do it. All right, here we go. Oh, hey, Becca. I really, I really sad. I've been looking everywhere all day, and I know everything is closing, and it's dark outside, and it's starting to rain. But the thing is, my cat ran away, and if I don't get Mitzi back, if she doesn't come back home, there's not going to be anyone to snuggle in my bed with me. I need Mitzi. I need snuggle time. I love her fur. She's a gold cat with black stripes. Do you like? I mean, she's my favorite. Do you have any advice?
Well, I don't know if how much I can help you with little Mitzi, but I might have a song that could help.
Okay.
When it's dark, when it's raining, and you feel some kind of pain, and you are lost, can't find Mitzi, your sweetest favorite kitty. Climb up a tree, go out at night, get a bright flashlight. The black and gold will call for you. That's just the one thing you can do. Find Mitzi, 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 your favorite kitty. Your Mitzi, 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 your favorite little Mitzi, Mitzi. Hear her roar, kitty, kitty. She is your favorite kitty, little Mitzi. She's coming home to you soon.
Look, you got her. Your words brought her home. Oh, Mitzi, thank you. Thank you, Becca. You're the best bartender this side of West Texas. I love you. Come on, Mitzi. Come on. All right. Hey.
Hey, howdy.
Howdy. I know you're a lady, but my car broke down. Wouldn't you imagine? Ford green tires and everything.
Mm-hmm.
The whole 4 tires on a Ford, and it's broken. Now this ain't just your average Ford. You see, this Ford carried me, my mama, my wife, and my unborn child to the hospital, and we didn't make it. These hands just took it out. Delivered my own son in that Ford, all right? And now it's sitting out there, broken down on the side of the road. And either you or somebody is going to have to fix it, because I ain't giving it up. Green, 4 tires, birthed the boy in that back seat. You got any advice for an old man?
Oh, well, old timer. I don't know how much I can help, but I think I did write a song about this situation,
right.
Very similar to this once.
All right.
When your car is broke, 'cause your Ford's a joke, and your baby has gotta be born.
Yeah.
Pull off on the side of the road, and you'll lighten your load by reaching into your wife and pulling out your baby.
Yeah, that's what I did.
You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. You can birth your baby tonight.
Yes.
You can do it. You can do it. Put your heart into it, and you'll be a hero. That's right.
Hey, you know what? You just made me feel like I could probably fix it myself. All right. Thanks, Becca. This is the best part of town. Best bar. See. All right. That's enough of that. Bye.
Sure thing, partner.
Hey,
Hi.
Hey there. I know
Hey.
you're closing. And I'm sure that I'll be your last customer of the whole night, okay? But
I sure hope
I
so.
mean, okay, so I got a job. I've been in the job for 20 years. Can you believe it? It's
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's my favorite job. I'm a chef, a baker to be exact. I
Oh.
love making petit fours. So, here's the thing. My boss won't give me a raise.
How dare he?
It's true. And I mean, I feel like I deserve a raise, right? Like
Mhm.
I do everything. I mix flour, I cook petit fours, I roll the croissants, I shut down at night. I even make those little squirter things, the eclairs. I stuff those my whole self.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow. Well, it sounds like you're pretty invaluable to the business.
I
Oh, do you have
feel
an
like
eclair for me?
oh yeah, I never leave home without one. Here you go. Oh yeah,
Delicious.
good,
Thank
huh?
you.
That's
Yeah,
homemade.
I'd give you a raise right now.
Well, can you give me some advice on how to walk in there and show him who's cream of the crop, tell him to give me a raise.
I'll do my best.
Thanks.
When your boss isn't listening and your job isn't working, and you're hard as you're trying, making pettifours tonight. You just tell them you work so hard, and it's all that you can do. Mix the sugar and the flour, make them listen to you. Say you won't do it anymore. You won't come back. Tell them to do it without you. Get off your ass.
Yeah, get off my ass.
'Cause you're the best that they've ever had. And they've really made you mad. I just want to rhyme pedophore with metaphor. That's all I want.
That's good. Thanks.
Thank
Man,
you. I think that was the best one.
It was the best one. This bar is the best bar this side of West Texas. Thanks,
I feel like I've heard
Becca.
that before.
No, probably not.
Okay.
And that's the way that's played, Becca. You did
That's
it.
a hard game. That is a hard game. That
You
makes me
improvise
feel
songs.
very naked. Felt very, very naked in public doing that. But it was fun, and I would do it for you.
So thank you. I love that you said that, because improv is a lot about being vulnerable. It really is about being vulnerable, because you're opening yourself up to people watching you do something in real time, right? We talked about stand-up, right? But you have such great fans, and it's fun for them because they're always going to be on your side, right? They always want you to succeed. Even when you're fumbling, or you think that you're fumbling, they think you're a genius, and they get to see you. They just got to see you. Oh, they do. They do. It's great because I can't write songs. They can't. We come to you to show us this, right? We come to you to show us, wow, this is amazing songwriting. I don't write songs. I couldn't do that. I couldn't get up there like what Becca's doing. And then what you just showed us was, hey, this isn't just easy stuff, right? This isn't easy. It's something that we get to be a part of. We got to be a part of you coming up with something right here on the spot and showing us, your nakedness, as it were. It was good. It was great. I loved it.
Something you said really resonated. When I was on The Voice a few years ago, it was a long time ago now. It really helped me afterwards because I kind of never had stage fright again. I mean, you know, there have been experiences where I've been intimidated or people in the audience who I'm in awe of, and it makes me a little freaked out. But at a normal show where it's an audience buying tickets, ever since I did The Voice, which was so terrifying and so obviously judgment based, you really taught me that the audience at a folk concert who has decided to leave their house where they have Netflix and a comfortable bed, and instead they've decided to get in their car, drive to wherever, pay a cover charge, buy tickets, buy drinks, pay for parking, like do all of the things that are necessary to come hear me sing about my feelings. Like those people are not there to judge me. Those people are there.
Not.
We're on the same team. We're there because we want to share art and music and connection and joy and the stuff that makes life worth living. And that was a huge lesson that it would have taken me probably decades to learn on my own without the you know, running the gamut of national television.
And one thing I want you to remember, we're friends, so I can say this to you. That idea you said they come here to listen to me sing about my feelings. But as an improviser and as a singer-songwriter, as a performer, they aren't coming really to hear you sing about your feelings. They're coming to hear you expose their feelings. So they get to share, right? We all get to, and that's why I love improv. I love it. Like we get to share feelings that are right there opening up before you. And sometimes, and you know this, and I'm sure they know this, right? Like you do all those things, you find the parking, you get in there, you start singing, and I have many times come to one of your shows, Becca, and like, hey, it's Becca, that's my friend, and sat down, and you open your beautiful mouth, and you play your beautiful guitar, and I start weeping like a baby. Like just like cry. I didn't even know I had those emotions. I didn't even know like I needed to cry, right? Yeah, Jeff's like, right.
Love you.
Yeah, and it's beautiful. We get to share in that. So thank you.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, no, a big thing for me, I've been thinking a lot and kind of talking a lot in my live streams about why I do this, why I perform. And for me, a big part of why I tour and why I continue to do shows online right now is that I think that by performing, we are giving people an opportunity to connect with their own emotions. That, you know, we all keep ourselves so busy throughout the day that I think that at a concert, it's often the only time you're not looking at your phone, you know, and like not talking to people, not distracting yourself. So I'm a crybaby at concerts too, Trina. And I think it's because we spend so much time so busy and so distracted that when you're sitting there for 90 minutes, it gives you some time to like really connect with feelings that, I mean, I can't speak for you, but I can speak for me that I might otherwise be distancing myself from.
Yeah.
Well, we are just about out of time, but I want to encourage you guys in the audience to go check out Shannon. I'm going to put up this link right here. You can go check out Shannon's Patreon page. That is where she is teaching improv these days, as well as other places too, but that's a great place to go get connected to her. She puts out really great videos, and she's a delight to follow. So I highly recommend that you check her out there. And Shannon, thank you so much for being our guest today.
Thank you, Becca. This was lovely and so much fun. Thank you so much for thank you for having me. And then thanks for everybody who was here, who put in, you know, who participated in our improvisation. So thanks, you guys. Thanks so much.
And if you just tuned in late in the show, as soon as we're done, you'll be able to watch it in replay. And make sure to tune in next Thursday. What is that? The 27th of August. I'll be playing with my other two Nobody's Girl compatriots, Betty Sue and Grace Pettis, and we'll be performing live with the lovely Miss Lex Land. And Shannon, I'm going to kick you back to the green room.
It was nice to be here. I love you. I love you guys. Thank you, Becca.
Bye, darling. All right. Now that it's just us, we can talk about how amazing that Shannon is. She's pretty incredible, huh? Yes. Yes, she sure is. All right. Well, if you've enjoyed yourself, please do me a favor and hop on over to wearenobodiesgirl.com, where you can get a Nobody's Girl CD. Our new album is available for pre-order on CD and vinyl. You can get t-shirts and bundles with records from all of us. And you can also leave a little tip for the show if you'd like to. We always appreciate it. I'm going to close off with a song from the Nobody's Girl debut EP. This is one of the first songs we ever wrote together as a group. You're not such a good idea, but I'm pulling for it. My friends wouldn't give us a green light, but I'm gonna floor it. When you call me after midnight, I want you more than I should. Then you stop by, trying to act like you were just in the neighborhood. What'll I do? What'll I do? What'll I do about you? About you? What'll I do? What'll I do? What'll I do about you? About you? About you? You're gonna be a poet, maybe a chef. Yeah, you're pretty and you know it. Not a safe bet. I can see you just got a tattoo. Is that supposed to be Van Gogh? You wanna stay here cause your rent's due something like 3 months ago. What'll I do? What'll I do? What'll I do about you? About you? What'll I do? What'll I do? What'll I do about you? About you? About you? What'll I do? I'm in trouble now. What'll I do? I'm in deep and I don't want out. What'll I know? I know better. I know I know better. I know I know better. I know. What'll I know? I know better. I know I know better. I'm in trouble now. What'll I do? What'll I do? What'll I do about you? About you? What'll I do? What'll I do? What'll I do about you? About you? What'll I do? What'll I do? What'll I do about you? About you? What'll I do? What'll I do? What'll I do about you? About you? About you? About you? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you, Tom, Peter, Trina, Jeff. You guys are such troopers. Thanks, John, for being here. Thank you guys all so very much. It's a real joy to get to sing for you. And I just really appreciate y'all who show up for these Nobody's Girl shows every week. I feel like there's a small group of folks out there. Many of you are the ones watching right now who, even though we're stuck at our houses and even though we're in this pandemic quarantine lockdown situation, some of y'all who are tuning in so frequently, I feel closer to you now, even though I can't travel. So I think you know who you are. And I just want to say thank you so much for being so incredibly gracious and supportive. I really appreciate you. Please do make sure to go check out Shannon Stott on Patreon. She's only had that up for a few months now, and it really is a great place if you want a little infusion of joy and a new insight into performance and life. I recommend you check it out. So please, patreon.com/Shannon Stott Improv. She'll help you figure out how to incorporate improv into your life on and off the stage. I'm Rebecca Loebe. I am 1/3 of the band Nobody's Girl. We are a songwriters trio from Austin, Texas, and we will all be performing this time 6 p.m. Central Thursday next week on August 27th with Lex Land. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we will catch you next week. Bye, guys.